What's up, y'all? This your boy Claire Harris, and I'm back with another video. If y'all new to y'all, make sure y'all start chatting, spice notification bell, like the top down below. We're gonna be reacting to WWE have sadly ended LA Knight push, breaking CM Punk, CM Punk back in WWE. This is from the Sport Entertainer. Make sure y'all do subscribe to, it's very interesting. I doesn't know CM Punk that well. Like I heard that he wrestled WWE and he used to be in WWE and he left and then he was in a new company that started like a couple of years or 3 years or 4 years ago. The AEW. Then he left like this year, like got fired this year. And there are rumors that he might be back in WWE. He might be back in the Survivor Series. Who knows? But we'll see what WWE might do for him. But yeah, guys, let's get right to it.
Hey guys, welcome to the Sports Entertainer. We start off today's wrestling news and rumors video with Gunther missing WWE Premium Live event. Now, the long-reigning Intercontinental Champion Gunther recently defended his prize title successfully against Bronson Reed on October 28th at a live event in Berlin, Germany. And as most of you are well aware, Gunther was noticeably absent from the Crown Jewel 2023 Premium Live event, and if the latest news is true, Gunther also won't be appearing at another major WWE event in the near future, and that said event is Elimination Chamber 2024, which takes place in Perth, Australia next February.
Oh.
For those of you unaware, a newspaper article from Germany revealed that Gunther is apparently unable to leave the United States for 6 months because of strict residency regulations. Gunther, who was born in Austria, now lives in Florida, and because of these residency regulations, Gunther won't be able to travel to Australia in February for Elimination Chamber, which means the Intercontinental Champion will be missing yet another big show in the not-so-distant future. Now, by all means, this is pretty unfortunate news, but considering Gunther's a full-time talent in WWE right now, there's no doubt he will have featured heavily before Elimination Chamber, and perhaps defends his title on Raw before WWE go overseas to Australia for Elimination Chamber, so not the biggest deal in the world. Ricochet injured on...
Okay, so they're putting. If I didn't know he was from. He sounded like he was from Australia. How his accents was like when you listen to him talking or you see him like listen to him talk. He sounds like he's from another country. He's not from. He's not from in the U.S. So it's like, and that's very interesting. So he's not gonna be in many pay-per-view in the future. So that means he's not gonna be in Royal Rumble. He's not gonna be in Survivor Series. He's not gonna be in the Royal Rumble. He's not gonna be in the Elimination Chamber. So is he gonna be on WrestleMania 40? Because like they said, he's only gonna defend his title in a random episode of Monday Night Raw. Because we know they're having this number one contender. They did a number one contender for the four fadeaway match this past Monday Night Raw. So we know The Miz had won that match. He won the fair four-way. But I think that even though it was a tie, even though Ivar tried to pin Ricochet and Ricochet kicked out. So does that mean he got mad at The Miz? So we know that next week, we know that we're getting The Miz versus Ivar. Whoever wins that match will go against Duper. So that's sad, man.
Raw. Now, last night on Monday Night Raw, there was a fatal four-way match to determine Gunther's next challenger for his coveted Intercontinental Championship, and the participants in the match were...
sorry for pausing this. I didn't know about this yesterday. They did. I think this guy uploaded a video yesterday because it said 16 hours ago. That's why he said Monday Night Raw. He said last night that mean Monday Night Raw. I didn't know he uploaded this.
Miz, Ivar of the Viking Raiders, Bronson Reed, and of course Ricochet. And unfortunately, it seems as though Ricochet was injured during this contenders match last night on Raw. According to Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer, Ricochet was in WWE's concussion protocol after Raw last night, and that Ricochet will have to get cleared by a doctor before he will be able to return to the ring in WWE, which makes it sound like Ricochet's injury could be more serious than originally thought, which would definitely be bad news. There was one spot during the four-way match on Raw where
I wanted to be more. I wanted my kids to see me going back to school so that they would.
Wait, hold on. I did that because like, let's go back a little bit.
Which makes it sound like Ricochet's injury could be more serious than originally thought, which would definitely be bad news. There was one spot during the four-way match on Raw where Ricochet slammed his head into the mat, and after that moment, Ricochet just didn't seem like himself. This is what Meltzer and Alvarez had to say regarding the Ricochet situation, quote, "If you watch the match, this was not the planned finish. Like, everyone in the ring is confused, they're all looking around like, what the hell is going on here? The referee is trying to stop The Miz from celebrating and trying to stop the ring announcer for announcing The Miz as the winner. So I am 99% positive that Ricochet was supposed to be pinned, but he kicked out because he was messed up. Everyone is confused, and the referee makes a deal, and it ends up with Ivar laying out The Miz afterward and destroying him with a giant moonsault and leaving him for dead. The crowd chants, 'You suck!' Ricochet was let off, and he is in the concussion protocol. Now, regardless of Ricochet's possible concussion or injury sustained on Raw last night, the plan was still likely to have The Miz advance to get an opportunity at Gunther's Intercontinental Championship, but regardless, if Ricochet is injured and will be missing from WWE television for a while, that would be pretty unfortunate, as the company had been featuring Ricochet a bit more than before recently, so this injury could derail things in all honesty. LA Knight's push...
I mean, dang, it's like the referee tried to stop the match. That's crazy, because like they did show the part that when Ivar was pinning Ricochet, the referee wasn't looking at Ivar pinning Ricochet. He was looking at The Miz was The Miz pinning Bronson Reed. And you see Ivar was waiting for the guy to pin him, but then Ricochet kicked out. So the referee wasn't focused on wasn't looking at Ivar pinning Ricochet. He was looking at The Miz was pinning Bronson Reed, and The Miz won, and that's how Ivar got mad about that. Now Ricochet was injured, and he was himself. So, dang. Hope he get well soon, man.
And WWE has ended. Now, it goes without saying that LA Knight is the most talked about superstar in WWE right now, and is arguably the most popular star as well among fans.
He really
and it's
is.
really crazy to say that, considering just over 1 year ago, Max Dupri was repackaged as LA Knight, and he had no momentum whatsoever.
Oh, yeah.
And for Knight to not only get himself over to the degree he has with fans, but also convince WWE management at the same time to give him a massive push as a result just speaks to the talent of the self-proclaimed megastar, because there's no doubt that Triple H or Vince McMahon didn't view LA Knight as anything more than a lower mid-card level talent when he was repackaged last year, and Knight basically gave WWE no option but to push him with how over he's gotten with wrestling fans, and LA Knight is definitely a throwback wrestler from the Attitude Era in the current WWE era, which is likely why he got over so much in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
LA Knight just fought the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns for the undisputed Universal Championship at Crown Jewel this past Saturday, and while a lot of fans were rooting for the megastar to pull off the massive upset over Reigns, who some feel has become a bit stale as champion, as everyone expected, Roman Reigns retained his title in very predictable fashion. And unfortunately for LA Knight's fans, there is a news report that has put some doubt on the future plans for Knight in WWE and how the company view him. Justin Barrasso of Sports Illustrated recently reported that there are no plans for LA Knight to win the 2024 Royal Rumble or rematch Reigns for the title at WrestleMania 40, and that there's a belief internally in WWE that LA Knight has reached the pinnacle of his popularity, despite being one of the most beloved figures in pro wrestling. Although Knight's merch sales are certainly thriving, as Knight is one of the top sellers of merchandise right now, the sentiment is that WWE may be redirecting their focus towards other storylines. This is one quote from Sports Illustrated Justin Barrasso regarding LA Knight.
I mean, this Saturday at Crown Jewel, we all knew that LA Knight was going to win, was going to beat Roman Reigns for the undisputed Universal title. Cause like we know it was going to be distracted, distraction. Well, the chaos was going to go on, where Roman can't win by himself. He need other people to help him. He always cheat to win, but it's like I know people want LA Knight to win and be the one to beat Roman, but it wasn't that the case. Now that's really sad because he's not gonna be winning the Royal Rumble. He's not gonna get a chance to get a rematch against Roman for WrestleMania 40. But we know why, because they're teasing this Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for WrestleMania 40. So we might have that Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes Part 2 at WrestleMania 40. Or it might be The Rock versus Roman Reigns. Or before WrestleMania, maybe Roman might lose his title way before WrestleMania. But we know Roman's not gonna be on TV in 2 months. He's not gonna return probably not 2 months. He's not gonna return probably during the Royal Rumble season. So hey. But now I wanna see like maybe LA Knight in the future he might get his opportunity to win a championship. But I don't know.
Following Crown Jewel, quote, "The aftermath will help determine Knight's future. A 20-year wrestling veteran, he is hungry to finally have his moment as WWE champion. In order for that to happen, Knight will need to connect with crowds on a deeper level after Crown Jewel."
Yeah.
Now, perhaps what Roman Reigns had said about LA Knight on SmackDown last week prior to their clash at Crown Jewel is what the sentiment is regarding Knight behind the scenes, that LA Knight is basically a redneck knockoff of The Rock. And if that's the case, we may have already reached the ceiling of LA Knight in WWE, and his chances of winning a world title moving forward may not be too high. News that will definitely anger a lot of Knight's fans out there. Let us know if you guys agree with the internal belief in WWE that LA Knight may have reached the pinnacle of his popularity, and do you believe Knight still deserves to continue being pushed in top title storylines, and should he eventually win a world title? Let us know.
He need to deserve he need to be pushed more. He's already over it. The people like LA Knight. They like every time his theme music comes on, the crowd get excited. You know, they say his name a lot. So they really like LA Knight. Like maybe like in the future, I think maybe he might get his opportunity to win a championship title. But we all know he wasn't gonna win against. We all know he wasn't gonna beat Roman for the undisputed Universal WWE Championship at Crown Jewel last weekend. So we did it wasn't gonna happen. But hey. But I want to see LA Knight still be pushed. If they don't push him that much, then what can you do? He's one of the top baby faces in WWE. Like, come on.
CM Punk expected to return to WWE. Now, the rumor mill has been going crazy over the past couple of weeks regarding the cult of personality CM Punk making a monumental return to WWE, likely for Survivor Series 2023 later this month. Now, there had been some rumors recently that basically insinuated that WWE had rejected any possibility of Punk coming back. A report from just a couple of days ago certainly got fans buzzing again. For those of you who hadn't heard, one wrestling news source, Boozer Rasslin or BWE, had taken to social media on Twitter to post this following report regarding a CM Punk WWE return. Quote, CM Punk was recently scheduled for a call with few board members. Backstage feeling as it's happening, doesn't mean it's done. I am waiting for the follow-up on the call. It should be the last step before things go down. However, just yesterday, Ringside News had reached out to one of their sources on the validity of this BWE report, and this is what Ringside News reported, quote, there is no call with Punk and board members. That is the fakest news in a world full of fake news. Any reports like that, and anyone saying anything like it, is 100% clickbait. Basically, right now we have conflicting reports regarding CM Punk's status for a WWE return. Some claim it's almost a lock to happen and is expected, whereas other sources are completely denying those claims and that it isn't happening. However, on his Hall of Fame podcast, Booker T recently commented on these CM Punk WWE return rumors, and clearly Booker thinks it's more than possible for CM Punk to come back to WWE. Quote, I could see CM Punk wanting to find his way back into the WWE. I could see that. We're talking about it right now. Also, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm not going to put it past WWE hiring him back. I don't know, I can't say. But I do know that just about everybody that's left WWE has come back, no matter what problems they've had. Even the Ultimate Warrior, I don't think anybody thought the Ultimate Warrior would come back. Regardless, let us know your thoughts on all of these conflicting CM Punk WWE return reports, and if you had to bet on it, do you think Punk comes back to WWE?
I mean, let's face it. I think that, like I know, I heard that CM Punk wrestle. Like I heard that he was in WWE and stuff like that. I didn't heard that much, but I heard that he was in WWE. Like I heard reports that he used to be in WWE and stuff. It's really interesting if he does return. There are rumors floating around saying that he will return. Even we heard people saying we had a CM Punk chant and stuff. Like people want WWE, like the fans want CM Punk to return WWE. There are rumors that he will like return Survivor Series this month. Who knows? But I mean, I would like him to go against. I would like him to go against maybe Steph for the World Heavyweight Championship, maybe, or that would be a good match. I would like to see Roman Reigns versus CM Punk for the Undisputed Championship. That would be a good match. Well, I don't know if Roman still have that title. We know that Roman might probably gonna lose that title. Maybe, we don't know, but they're not gonna he probably gonna drop his title probably in WrestleMania 40. Who knows? Because his body doesn't give him what he used to. But who knows? And who knows? So yeah, guys. So what do you guys think about LA Knight push ending? How you feel about Ricochet injured this past Monday Night Raw? How you feel about Doodler's not gonna be in many PLE, paper live event, pay-per-view live event, and how I feel about CM Punk being back in WWE or returning back in WWE. Let me know, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.